let's chat. First, go get your water. Got to stay hydrated. Now, I'm Lily. I get on here and talk about what God is talking to me about in the secret place. And this is Dwelling in the Secret Place with Lily. And today, while I chat, I am going to crochet. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. Let me say this. There's a lot of things I could have talked about. But yesterday, a friend of mine asked me to give her a testimony that she could post in her ministry group, which is called Living Faith Moms. And I was like, I ain't got no testimony. I do. I was like, I don't know what to say. You know, you be like, you have so much to give to people, like you have so much to talk about. But then when somebody asks you a specific question, you're like, I don't know. I didn't know. And I prayed about it. And I thought about it. And I was like, Lord, like, it's a fly here. I know I gotta testify. But what do I share? And came to me. So I want to talk about idolatry today. And some of us may think, I don't idolize nobody. I don't idolize this, but you probably do. I heard a prophet once say that idolatry is anything you love more than your obedience to God. When put like that, do you have anything you might be idolizing? Is there something that God is calling you to do, but you don't do it? Have you not been obedient to his command that he has given you? Whether it had been a rhema word or from the living word. And you ain't did it for one reason or another. Well, I did. And I don't think I realized it. But we're going to talk about it in a few different areas. But I want to talk about God delivering me from idolatry. And more specifically, the idolatry of friendship. I idolize all my friends. I had a specific friendship that I idolized. I idolized her. I idolized our friendship. Our friendship was the end all be all. As a single person and as a married person. And there came a time where I was there came a time where I was walking with Christ, learning, going deeper, seeking him all the time. And this would happen a few years ago. I started feeling a shift. I didn't know what it was. And there became things happening in our friendship where they didn't usually happen. And I was like, something's not right. And I remember, there's a fly here. I remember praying and asking God, like, what is this? And he showed me. He actually showed me before things started getting weird. And then I was like, he referenced back to that, and I said, oh, this is it. This is it right here. This is it. And it came to a point where God was like, you're going to have to let that go. Your friendship with her does not serve me. You do not serve me with her in mind. this friendship has become a little g God to you. Excuse me. And I said, no, I think, we're walking with Christ together, right? We're seeking God together. Like, we started this journey together. And I was like, we could just do it together. We could just have open, honest conversations about our friendship, and it could lead towards, and I just kept trying to make it work until it just blew up. I kept trying to make my idol fit with my new obedience to Christ, my new radical obedience with Christ. I wanted to do what he asked me to do, which was to let her go, but I also wanted it to work. I wanted what God was pointing out and showing me in how I viewed her, how I viewed our relationship. I wanted it to work and fit our current into that. And he was like, no, you gotta let it go. You will never obey me until you let that go. You will never be able to hear me, because this is talking at all times to you. And I was like, okay. Our relationship blew up, quite literally. Yeah. And this was this friend I had was a decade-long friendship, longer than that. And it hurt me. It hurt me. But you know what? I felt free. I didn't realize how much of myself I changed, shifted, and altered from my authentic self to be her friend. I didn't realize how much of a weight her words meant to me when it came to certain relationships and even my marriage. I didn't realize who I was outside of being this one girl's friend. And it hurt. But I chose to be obedient to God. I chose to listen to him and know that there was something greater for me. I chose to let that weight go. The weight of her, the weight of our friendship, the weight of who I thought I was, the weight of who I was with her, the persona, the everything that encompassed us. It was consuming. And I let it all go to be free. It was hard. And it wasn't like it was ripped away, but it definitely, he took it. God took it. He was taking it, and I needed to let go of it. But what I've gained since then has been so much better. I'm learning friendship in a new light. I'm learning friendship a biblical way. Learning friendship God's way. And let me say this. Losing this friend was hard. I grieved our relationship. I forgave her, and I forgave myself, and I repented, because I never thought that a person, let alone another woman, someone I essentially spent over a decade of my life with, would become so much more important than the creator of this world, than my most high God, than Jesus Christ, the one that died on the cross for my sins. she became an idol for me. And while I was seeking God, he told me I had to let the idol go. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize until I was looking at God, until my focus was completely on him, I did not realize how much of an idol she in our relationship was. And although I forgave her and I forgave myself and I repented, I still hurt. I lost someone who was important to me. It was not all bad. I don't have much mean things. I don't have any mean things to say. I don't have much bad things to say. I have more good things, more positive memories, more crazy memories with this person than anything. I had to grieve someone that was still on this earth. Man, sometimes I seen this post on Facebook say that friendship breakups is worse than romantic breakups, like boyfriend girlfriend breakups, and it's true. It's true. It's true. It was hard, but you want to know what? I let that go, and immediately, I'm trying to see if I can use a prop. Immediately, God gave me something better. Immediately, God gave me something better for me and my walk. Not to say that who he gave me is better, but who he gave me is better for me in this season of my life and for my life. Period. He immediately gave it to me. The relationships and friendships I now have, God knows that I know how to steward over. I also will never idolize anyone else. The chaos, the drama, the trauma that comes for putting a person as an idol over God, over my husband, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I will never idolize another person, another friendship, another relationship. I won't even idolize my husband. That's another story for another day. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, no matter how hard it is, God was with me when I grieved that relationship. I can't explain to you how deeply I felt loved by my Heavenly Father in the midst of grieving this relationship. Not only did he give me something else, but he loved me. He encompassed me. He consumed me. I immersed myself in his presence at any chance I got. I learned forgiveness. I learned about forgiveness in a true biblical sense. I learned about like worship. I learned about worship to God through this grief. I learned about myself through this grief. I learned about how deep his love for me flows through this grief. I learned how to cherish, appreciate relationships through this grief. I learned how to be a better Christian. I learned how to be a better Christian. I learned how to be a better person through this grief, because while grieving, I spoke to God. It is by the grace of God that I am still standing here, not bitter, angry. I'm not mad at her in any kind of way. I love her. I tell people today, and not that I openly talk about this. Well, this is the first time, but when I'm speaking about this, I tell people today, I have prayed more for this person since we have not been friends, since we have not had contact. I have prayed more for her now than I did in the 10 plus years of our relationship. That's wild. I want nothing but the best for her. I want nothing best for her family. I pray for her as much as I'm supposed to. I intercede for her as much as I'm supposed to. And it really showed me how to endure this grief and persevere. It also showed me that as long as I got God, nothing else really matters. Losing her was hard, but I had God. I had him, and he was there for me. He loved me through that process. He loves me today. And so I'm sharing this as a testimony for you all. If there is anything, if there is anyone you have placed over God, above God, let it go. Let it go. I promise you, the freedom you will experience is worth it. God is worth it. The peace you will have not trying to hold on to it and letting it go is worth it. Idolatry is not for us. We were created to worship. We're going to worship something. I chose to worship God. And I am praying that everyone listening to this choose to worship God. Because he is the one that will set you free. He is the one that will give you healing and peace. That will give you a sweet sleep and rest in your soul. Anything you love or anything you put above your obedience to Christ is idolatry. And in the Bible, that's witchcraft. So, I'm praying for you guys. I love you guys. That's my testimony on idolatry. The Lord delivered me from idolatry, and I hope he deliver you from whatever idols you have in your life too. Okay? Bye.